Hey everyone, it's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's pick a card reading. So in this video we're going to be looking at your past life, who you were, what you did, what you accomplished, who you became, and it will also translate into this life as you will carry through some things from your past lives into the present life. But this may also pick up if you are a brand new soul, so this is going to be interesting. So let's get straight to the pile selection. So we have pile 1, and I've used the dice today. So we have the zodiac dice, group 2, and we have the astro dice, and then group 3 we have the numerological dice. So feel free to pause the video here whilst you make your choice. Go with your gut instinct, whichever one you feel drawn to the most, that is the pile for you. And then once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. Okay, so let's get to your reading. Okay, group 1, let's see, who were you in a past life? And I'm not sure if you're able to see this on the dice, but it does actually say Gemini. Well, it has the sign of Gemini. So you could have strong Gemini placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but particularly the South Node, that is the node of your past life. So that would be very interesting if you had that correlation. But either way, I am getting a sense that you were a very talkative person, and something that you did was to do with communication. Before I even look at the cards, that is what I'm feeling because that's what came out with Gemini. So let's look at the first card. Okay, so we have the Emperor in reverse. So this is a sense of being out of control here. So you may have felt out of control in your past life, that there was someone or something dominating you. Okay, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. Yeah, so it feels like there was a very negative cycle. So you may have gone back and forth into a controlling or potentially abusive relationship with someone. And it does feel very circular, like you've gone round and round in circles with this person before. So you may be noticing this in your current life, but this is all about learning the lessons from your past life to make sure that you're not repeating those mistakes. But this could also be governmental institutions as well, especially with what's currently happening in the world, that you may have felt restricted by the government in some way, or felt like you were oppressed, or the things were unfair and the control was over the top, shall we just say. Okay. And then we have Page of Cups. So I'm getting the sense this is how you were as a person. I feel like you were a very sweet person, a very loving person, and I'm seeing very young at heart. Like you had this childlike energy about you, and maybe that you connected really well with children, and you just had this playful quality to you. You always like to have a bit of fun, so even when things were really hard and troubling you, you were able to see the light, and you were able to sort of make fun of the situation and the light of the situation. But I also feel like making fun of yourself. I feel like especially this might be resonating for you now as a person, that you're able to just make fun of yourself and not take yourself too seriously, even with all of this very hard and out of control, and a feeling of bad luck as well with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, just feeling like things are not going your way in a financial sense, or in a sense of relationships or career, or just feeling good in yourself. So, but there is a light at the end of this very dark tunnel that I feel that you were going through, and it may have even been that having a child helped you through all of this. Maybe you felt out of control, and then you had to take responsibility and become a parent, okay, maybe even a single parent, and you may have had to put all of these feelings aside and do what you can for your child, okay? So I do feel like if you were a parent or are a parent now, you're one of those, really giving, selfless parents, and things may have be feeling a little one-sided, especially if it was either a controlling relationship in which you had this child from, or whether you had to raise them alone. I just feel like things weren't balanced and you had a lot on your shoulders. I'm getting really thirsty today in this reading. So that could have been something as well. Maybe you were very thirsty for life and thirsty for knowledge. Maybe actually very thirsty if there was potentially famine. It depends where you came from exactly, whereabouts you were located in the world, because you could come from anywhere. So I'm going to see what the oracles have to say as well about your past life, group 1. Triumphant success. This one wants to come out and it's really bent because I misplaced them. Okay, but there may be a reason why this one was bent. Recognition and reward in... oh my God, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Recognition and reward in reverse. I mean, it's not really a laughing matter, but, well, at least this is past, I hope, for you. But, you know, this is a sense of actually doing a lot, and I think you did a lot behind the scenes, and your efforts were just not recognised. And, you know, this is, I think, what caused this negative cycle as well. You were just not able to get out of it because you just weren't feeling like you could get anywhere. But we have that amazing triumphant success, and I just love that depiction. That's what I always see when I envision triumphant success. Well, this was actually my very first deck that I ever bought and started divinating with. So, you know, maybe I have a special place in my heart for this deck, but I just feel like this image, you know, just the way that it's emerging, you know, bursting through the earth with the sword and just feeling like, yes, I have conquered it. You know, I've been buried alive and I am free. I've seen the light. I have found a way out. So whatever you've been going through in this past life and potentially in your life now. Okay, and I feel drawn to this one as well. Okay, so we have new beginnings, and that is in reverse. Okay, wow, that was a jumper. Material and spiritual prosperity. Yeah, so I really do feel in your past life that was something that you really struggled with. And you did emerge from it, but I feel maybe you were successful later in life. Like you didn't have the best of starts, you didn't have the easiest of starts financially and in your own safety and security. You may have been in a place where, you know, things were very chaotic and disruptive, explosive even potentially within the home, within the environment, potentially the time and the place that you were living in at the time. It just seems like there was a lot of unrest and it was very uncomfortable and there was just no stability, but you did break through and you were successful in the end. Okay, so again, that might be something that you're struggling with, and I'm envisioning the planet of Saturn, and Saturn can have this curse on you, depending on where Saturn may be located in your chart. It might be something to look at, but if you are under the age of 30, that is something very positive to look forward to actually when you reach 30 and beyond, because you'll have your Saturn return around that time. And, you know, Saturn is there to teach you those hard lessons about structure and position in life, law and restriction, making things very hard, but it's all of that hard work and effort in correlation with the sign of Capricorn. So yeah, it's very hard working, but you may not see or bear the fruits of your labor until after, you know, the age of 30 and beyond. You know, sometimes not even till 40, but things may start to feel a lot easier from the age of 30. And I can also speak from experience being, I think I'm 32. I swear to God, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I am 32. I'm 33 this year. But yes, and I can say definitely there is a sense of things lifting after that age. For me personally anyway, but I think for a lot of people, you will start to feel better after that point. So, but I feel maybe even a bit later in your past life, it took you quite a while to feel like you had found your footing and you felt more grounded in your security and your surroundings. So let's see what else is coming through. And I will specifically look at careers, because I made these new career cards. If any of you saw my career and life path reading the other day, I made some, so I thought I might as well use some and see what types of jobs you may have done. Some of them may not apply, I'm just thinking now because they're quite modern, but I'm sure there'll be an ancient equivalent. Okay, what is... Oh, okay, so this one was, as you could see, it was in reverse, but wow, okay. I love this card. I've barely ever seen this card before. Earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Hold on, let me read that again. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Interesting. Love that, love that. So you may be a Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury in any of the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but again, that's South, potentially North Node in one of the Earth signs. And that makes sense because we have a lot of Pentacle energy here in these cards, which is Earth energy, so physical stuff, money, security. So that was definitely something that you needed to learn as well, to feel grounded and rooted to where you are. Okay, and I do feel that that has carried through into your life currently, and it's something that you are learning, and I feel like you are making headway there. I do feel like if you don't feel like you are, especially if you're drawn to this reading and you are still here listening to this, so it's making sense. I feel like, yes, you are on that right path, so just have that belief and the will. Okay, amazing. We have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Yes, so it may be a sense that you've not been accepting of new offers, whether they are financial, career driven or romantically driven offers. It doesn't matter, but there may have been things coming through that you've been rejecting, and possibly that you did reject in a past life. And I'm getting the sense of not wanting to make the same mistake again, and not letting your dreams pass you by in this life, and actually taking action when it feels right, and your heart and your soul sings to that connection to whatever it might be, then you know that is the right path for you, and you know that it feels good, and you know that you could do that thing or be with that person forever. Yeah, so if it feels right, just go for it, is what I'm definitely sensing, is that you need more of. And also the ability to change, because I feel in some ways you may feel, or you may have felt in your past life, that you were very stuck. You weren't able to make changes, but you also didn't really want to make the changes. You wanted the outcome of the changes, but you didn't want to put in the work to make the changes happen because it would have been uncomfortable. Which is hard, especially if you're in a low place already. It's almost harder to try and almost make things harder for yourself. But that's why you've got to try and see that, find that beacon of light and that thing that does give you hope and that does make you feel fulfilled in a passionate way. And then you're able to push forwards, and you've just got to get back on that positive cycle again. Okay, and that's what I feel like you were doing in your past life, and you were learning how to do that, because it's very easy to spiral either downwards or upwards. And you'll notice in your own life and in other people that you know things, when you have something good happens, it attracts something else good to happen, and you tend to get on a roll, so to speak, right? And then you keep either winning or you keep receiving things, compliments, money, whatever it might be, love, abundance, opportunities. But of course, in the negative sense, you stub your toe first thing in the morning, and then it is in that very moment how you choose to carry on. And if you say, oh no, that is it, when you start the day off negatively, that's it, everything goes wrong and blah, blah, blah. When you go down there, and then what tends to happen? Exactly what you said and exactly what you've put out there, you'll start to spiral. But instead of thinking, oh, here we go, just think, I just stubbed my toe. Right? I just stubbed my toe. Okay, ow, it hurts. Okay, but that's fine. Let it go. That was it. Moving on, fresh new energy. There may have been a reason. Maybe you needed to stub your toe so you could delay. Maybe if you had left the house, maybe if you're rushing around and you left the house from rushing, something may have occurred that would have been negative. Whereas maybe you needed to actually hold back for a moment. So, the universe works in very mysterious ways. So, and I think we can all attest to something like that occurring. Okay, so I'm just going to look at love as well. And like I said, career. So let's see. So a lot of this I feel like has been about finances, money, home, security. So let's see, love. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Yeah, so this really does tell me that you were searching. For most of your past life, you were searching for what really gave you meaning and what gave you hope and what you enjoyed. Now, not just for the sake of earning money, not for the sake of impressing or having to be of service to others, but what actually did you like for the sake of just enjoying it, where you would choose to do it, by gaining nothing, but just purely the enjoyment from doing it. And I feel like that's a sign for you now. You're being called to reevaluate, what do you genuinely enjoy doing? Could you do that thing more? Maybe could you earn money from doing that? Because if you can enjoy something just for the love of enjoying it, like the money would actually come much easier because there's no resistance, because you're just enjoying it. You're not feeling like you're working, you're just doing something you love. And then, oh, getting money on top, that's just a bonus. And then watch how it grows. So in terms of love as well, I feel like there was a sense of always longing and waiting for that one great love. And I do feel at points you never felt it, like it almost didn't arrive. And again, maybe not until later in your life, certainly past the age of 30, you may have had some, you know, very passionate love affairs and ones that didn't end so well and caused a lot of pain and heartbreak. But I feel that once you got through that really dark period is when you came to find somebody really special. But again, it wasn't till later that you really pushed through that. Okay, so lastly, we'll just look at career. Like I said, this is going to be interesting. But again, some of them might even apply to your present life. And there are a couple of interesting, fun ones anyway. I'll try to keep it interesting. Architects. Retail. Mechanic. Certainly seeing a common theme here. I'm not sure if you have picked up on it yet. Absolutely. Okay. So Gemini, I feel like, is the common denominator between all of these jobs that have come out here, because Gemini rules the hands physically in the body, and it also rules any of the extremities that are in twos, the 2 feet, 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 lungs, okay, 2 eyes. So, but especially the hands, and also the mind, because it rules the 3rd house in astrology. So there's a lot going on within the mind here, and speaking, being a journalist, having to dig for information, and being able to write. So being able to write up certain articles and what you've managed to dig and find out, being a journalist, working with your hands as a mechanic, as an architect, you know, understanding structure and blueprint. So you did have a very detailed mind, detail-oriented mind. I do feel like you could be very focused. When you are focused on something, you're hyper-focused almost, and you're able to really absorb into what you're doing, and maybe you're sometimes too focused where you can't see anything else. So I definitely feel there's a sense of focus. But then with retail, you know, you could have been a tradesman, not a tradesman. Well, you could have been a tradesman, saying as it came out of my mouth, but I don't mean tradesman. I mean, yeah, so you could have worked in trading goods, you know, working in some kind of a shop. Okay, so definitely, you know, that could be something that you've done in this life. For sure, there's quite a few different places. And again, driver, so you could have done something, especially, with mechanic and driving, obviously. So yeah, you could have worked on cars. So I think, you know, you'd be very good, as I said, with your hands and technical things. So in this life, that could correlate to technology as well. You could be very good with technology, or excellent on social media and marketing, and I don't know, getting your voice known, being very opinionated and having intellect with your opinion. And again, maybe you work within, you know, looking at the structure of things, the structure of society, you know, if you want to take it in that direction. So absolutely, you could be an Uber driver in this life. So many different things I feel like have come through in this reading. So let me know down in the comments below if this resonated for you in any way. And please give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy this reading. So I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 2, let's see. Who are you in a past life? What was going on? Oh my. Okay, before we get to that, I'll just let you know that I'm not sure if you were able to see, but on the astro dice that you chose is the sign of Neptune. So the sign of Pisces may have some resonance with you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars or Mercury, or possibly your North or South Node, especially the South Node, as that does represents the past life. Okay, so just thought I'd let you know that. And we do have air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini with this 10 of Swords, but there was definitely some mental anguish, possibly depression with you, and a feeling of being stabbed in the back. This is a very, very low mental energy here. Oh, well, okay, and then yeah, we have the 2 of Swords, so more air energy here. So this is a sense of feeling like you were blocked in some way. You were blocked off from something, your mind was blocked off. This could have even been a prison. You could have been imprisoned, okay? Wrongfully or rightfully. I just feel there's a sense of either being trapped within your own mind or actually trapped in the physical. But there's more of a sense, I would say, because it's sword energy, it's air, it's more sort of up in the air and in your mind. And again, Knight of Swords. That's crazy. Yeah. So I feel like there was a lot that you wanted to say, but there wasn't a lot that you were able to express. So you may have been suppressed. You know, you may have felt inferior or being a minority where you were at that time. And you weren't able to really let your thoughts be known, even though I feel like you had a lot of them. And I do feel that there was a sense of being very dreamy and imaginative and very naturally intuitive. And that may have even been your downfall in some way, and not in a personal sense, but in regards to society, people may not have agreed with what you believed or what you saw or what you thought. So you may have kept a lot to yourself, but I do feel that you broke free. So with a sense of feeling like I kept things quiet for a long time, and you did decide to open up and voice something, but it did take quite a long time. Okay, interesting. So let's see. So again, some of this may be resonating in your life now. It may not, but again, this is past lives. So what else can you tell me? Okay, amazing. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. Love begins. And then we have number 1 and we have number 10. Beautiful. Choose wisely. Number 7, 7 of Cups, reverse. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy again. Solitude, number 9. Card of Virgo. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely being in that Virgo energy. In the upright, this would be staying in, not speaking to anybody, being introverted and, you know, alone in solitude. So I feel, again, this is being reversed. Both similar energies coming through here, right in the middle. So maybe in the center, this, again, is what maybe is feeling, there's a present feeling that I'm getting. So again, this is maybe where you feel you are at this moment. But it could be in your past life you felt at the age you are now, this is where you started to break free and you started to emerge and decide, you know, it's time for me to actually open up because good luck is around the corner. And so this is a very positive sign that things did turn around for you. They started off rocky. So I'm sensing like in your childhood, early childhood, in your past life that you suffered quite a lot. So you may have been neglected, orphaned. There's definitely a sense of being very alone and not being able to trust the people around you. And the fact I see that, I think that's a dog in that card, but I feel like there was an animal that you were very close to and you felt like you could only rely and trust animals and your pets because they felt they were loyal, and it was like people you just didn't trust, and that did filter then through into your adult life. But you then needed to break free from this limiting self-belief of that, you know, every person is out to get me and is evil, because it's, you know, not true. There are people that do good things and do bad things. There are people that love others and are hurtful to others. And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to get into all the depths of right and wrong and morality here, but I think it's a sense of saying, you know, not everybody is out actually to get me. Most of the time people are so wrapped up in their own minds and their own lives that they're not always giving you the attention that you think they are, even in the negative sense. But things did turn around for you here, okay? This is a very positive omen that good luck came your way. So you could have received a windfall. Possibly somebody may have passed away in a past life, somebody that was close to you, and you inherited some money, okay? You were gifted some money or you won some money. Okay, on the lottery, maybe this is something that's happening in a present life for you. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to put it out there, because if this helps you to win the lottery, then I'm all for it. Because as you know, your words are vibrational, and when you say things out loud, it gives them more power. And again, even when you write them down, so feel free to write in the comments, I love winning the lottery. I always win the lottery. Yay, or whatever it is. You know, money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly. I'm a money magnet. I attract love. I receive love. Yeah, so you can spam my comments anytime if you want to write your affirmations down, but of course feel free to use a notebook or something, but it definitely helps to just give them more positive energy. Okay, so money certainly turned around for you, and I think your luck just generally, everything just felt very hard in early years for you, but as you progress through life, this has made you very strong and resilient, and almost a sense, because you spent a lot of time alone, you were able to understand a lot of things. This is where I feel like you were able to either detach and move into a fantasy place, or whether you were able to connect on a higher astral plane. So very intuitive and maybe even very magical, and you were able to do a lot of things that maybe the ordinary person wasn't able to, and you kept that a secret for a long time, because maybe it was frowned upon. But then you started to use your gifts or use your intelligence. Maybe you spent a lot of time alone reading books and finding a lot of knowledge, and then you're able to actually expand and open up and reveal all the knowledge. And I feel once you're able to do that, it was almost like a fountain of, I don't know, I'm seeing just amazing like rainbows and coins just flowing out of this fountain. Like you were able to tap into something and it became so beautiful. And this is where love begins. And love did begin. So it's almost, I think that either you found love first, you connected with somebody really special, then you either won some money or came into money or found a new career, and everything just like fell into place, all in a very quick space of time. Or again, you won the money first, but it all seems, yeah, like this is happening very outwardly, and it's all of like the planets and everything was aligning for you, but you had to get through this place and you had to break through first. And then the universe was like, okay, now it's time to gift you with these things. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through for you. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. Yes, see, what was I saying? We've got children energy. So again, having a difficult childhood, or even having difficulty in bearing children, possibly. That could have been something you were longing for and that you struggled with, but again, it came later in life. Okay, you may have even felt like either you were the black sheep and there was the golden child in your family. Maybe you were the golden child, you know, the one that always got the best treatment, or even in your eyes, or maybe your own siblings' eyes. Okay, it's all a matter of perspective. But yes, the fact that that says about having very special gifts, you do, and you did have a very special gift, and I feel that has transferred into your current life. You still have that ability. And I do feel it's a very spiritual ability. We, the Hathers or Hathers, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Yes. Okay, yeah, so definitely saying lots to do with milk and then water flowing and, oh God, and the rainbows here as well. Yes. Rainbows, water flowing, just abundance. Yeah, so there may have been some kind of connection with your mother that was either an issue. Maybe you struggled to even take your mother's milk. So maybe you were malnourished as a child or something. And, you know, that could have caused, excuse me, physical problems, and then caused you to feel like you were behind in some way. But that could also, again, have been yourself. Maybe you struggled to breastfeed if you were a mother, or maybe you struggled to connect with your child if you are a father. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study and higher learning. I'm getting a lot of Sagittarius energy from that, with that higher learning vibe. Excuse me, I don't know why my voice is going, but I do think it's to do with this reading. I am clairsentient, so I get very physical feelings and symptoms from doing psychic readings. So that's probably why my voice does tend to dip sometimes. But yeah, but that definitely is about, again, not being able to express, and then it's like your voice breaking and finally being able to open up and express. And you either went to university or you studied something. Like, I feel like you continued to learn for the rest of your life. You're always on the path of learning, and you can never get enough. When you're interested in a subject, you just want to delve into that. And, you know, that's where I feel like you do enjoy, or did enjoy in this past life, a lot of solitude. Even though you longed to be connected with people, but you still enjoyed that time alone, because that's when you could really absorb yourself in knowledge. And also travel as well. Maybe you love to travel and to go to different places and again to learn and experience new cultures, and it's all part of that higher learning process. Wow, sorry, my voice has never got quite this bad. Okay, strange. So I don't know if that's something you're going through right now as well, and what on earth? It'll go in a minute. Okay. So I was going to look at love first, actually. So I just want to get a rough idea of love for you, even though I do feel like you found love, and this is definitely a soulmate connection. But this, like I said, this person came in at the right time. Wow, look at all that green. Oh my goodness. Okay, can't keep hold of that. Why did that jump? Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Okay, so that may be relevant to the present moment. There may be someone that is keeping an eye on you, and I feel because it's come through, I do feel in the present that is true. You do have a secret admirer, because this person in the past, I sense, had an eye on you for quite some time before they decided to gather the courage to actually approach you. This is really sweet. So I feel, yeah, for those of you that are single, I feel this person is just around the corner, and a lot of good luck is around the corner, especially if you feel that, yeah, I'm in this place, I'm ready to break through, or I already have, I'm on that path. I'm on the path to my highest good. Definitely. I feel like this is you coming through, and this secret admirer that you have is going to make an appearance. Okay, so interesting. I'm going to look at careers now. So this is going to be intriguing because, excuse me, see, a lot of these are going to be modern ones. Sorry. Let's just get in the rhythm of the shuffling. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so some of these are obviously going to be modern. Some of them are, well, they may still apply depending on when you were in this life, of course. Precisely, graphic designer, okay. Right. Okay. Fire brigade, that just makes me laugh because I don't know why I wrote fire brigade anyway, and rather than like firefighter or something, but whatever. But it also keeps popping out at the moment, so yeah, but absolutely could have been putting out fires, figuratively or literally. Graphic designer, some of these may apply into your current life. Of course, I don't know how long graphic designing's really been a thing, been around, I suppose. Probably, well, oh God, where are we now? 2021. Well, at least, I suppose, 30 to 40 years, maybe more. I'm so sorry for those of you that are in the graphic design world, and if it's been going on longer than that. I was just trying to think when computers and, well, I guess people were graphic designing before that, I suppose, before computers were a thing. Okay, it just shows my knowledge, doesn't it? But yeah, either way, I feel there's a sense of designing, marketing, putting yourself out there, and definitely being very creative in that sense, and building. So yeah, you could have been a builder, a bricklayer, a tradesman of some kind. But then there is this holistic side as well with the yoga teacher and then hypnotherapist. So there is this sense of wanting to help people, absolutely help people, almost in a survival sense, helping people in a mental sense, helping people. And yoga actually is very much helping in a meditative place. It's what you have to accomplish first is the meditation side of yoga, because that's the fundamental side of it. And I was a yoga teacher, by the way, just so that is something that I can actually speak on with experience. But it's it's connecting the mind and then the body and then flowing together, and just being very present and understanding and aware of the body and how it moves and how it connects with the mind. So, and just understanding being still. So I do feel like that's something that you did learn again through this isolation and the time you spent on your own and feeling neglected at certain points during your life. And this may be where you have also delved into things like graphic design or just designing in general. You could have been a sketch artist, or you just love to create different things or build different things that gave you inspiration and that made you feel that you could distract from the pain of what was going on. But then it's a skill that you've then accumulated for the rest of your life that you can then use. So you still made something good out of a bad situation. So I do feel that you have that resilience, you know, through the pattern in your lives. I do feel like you've carried that through into your present life, where you have been through struggles, but you've come through the other side, and it's made you a much stronger person. So you can handle quite a lot now, whereas someone that's not experienced a lot of these hardships may fold a lot quicker than you will when times get tough. So that is definitely the light at the end of the tunnel for you, absolutely. Okay, so let me know down in the comments below if this resonated for you, and please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Okay, so for those of you who chose group number 3. Okay. So, lucky number 3. I'm not sure if you were able to see that before, but yes, it was a number 3 on there. And it actually was the one that I happened to just put down. It was 3 without even, you know, intentionally trying, but there we go. Okay, so we have, yes, 3 of Wands in reverse, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is a sense of feeling stifled in some way, feeling like you've either failed or that you weren't able to travel or learn in the way that you wanted to. There was definitely something that was blocking you from being successful initially. And I've just realized we've got the correlation 333. So 3 may be a number that you were seeing in synchronicity in your past life, but some of this may carry through into your current life, as some of this may resonate for you now. So I definitely would say look out for the number 3, because I think it will be a very lucky number for you. Okay, and then we have the 8 of Wands, so again, more fire energy, and this is very passionate, fast moving. So I do feel like there was a change here. So maybe you jumped into something very quickly, or moved or relocated or something. Okay, strange. Then we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So that's air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Now, this is almost like moving into something and then moving back. Okay, but the sword energy is more about thoughts and thinking. So you may have taken the action to move or to do something, either jumping into a relationship or a career, or, as I said, relocating somewhere, but then your mind is still either stuck in the past or stuck where you were. So you were never truly able to feel like you could let go of something here. You weren't able to really let go or move on. So there is almost this ruminating, obsessive energy that's coming through. So that might be how you're feeling in this life too, where you just feel that your mind just goes round in circles, and you're able to sometimes let go of things that occurred, or, you know, mistakes that you possibly have made as well. And, you know, I don't necessarily believe in mistakes. As long as you don't keep repeating a mistake, then it's when it's a real mistake. But sometimes you have to make an error in judgment, and then you can learn from that in some way. But there is this impulsiveness that I'm getting through this reading. So you may have just been quite an impulsive character, and you just went with the wind and just went with your desires and your dreams. So that's not necessarily a bad thing either. Okay. Transformation. So that is the card of Death, Scorpio. Interesting. Wow. Okay, intuition. And look, we've got another number 3 there as well. Base chakra. Recognition and reward in reverse. Okay. You're a very powerful person in your past life, that's for sure. You have a magnetic quality about you that draws people in. There's a sense of mystery and intrigue about you. Either people couldn't quite work out who you were because you kept a lot to yourself. You kept your cards close to your chest. But you were very intuitive and naturally psychic. And I do feel that gift has probably moved with your lives. And maybe it's transformed in different ways. But I definitely feel there's a sense that you have this inner knowing, and that you can see things in a way that others can't. Okay, and this is also what separates you from others. So it may be why you decide to be kind of secretive, and I almost get the sense that that's more so what happens in later in life as well, that maybe you're very social initially, especially with that Sagittarius energy that I'm getting. Because Sagittarius loves to socialize and, you know, be with lots of people, chat and share ideas and knowledge. So it's almost like I feel maybe in the beginning of your life, you spent a lot of time with people and having fun and sharing ideas. And then maybe as your thoughts and things evolved for you, you started to separate a little bit and move into space more so, not necessarily on your own, maybe even with a person here, but definitely almost away from society a little bit. You may have even felt like you were outcasted in some way. And there is this sense of not feeling like you were recognized for your gifts and for the things that you were really great at. Because, I mean, intuition and, you know, the spiritual side of things has only really started to become more mainstream and okay for people to accept. I mean, it still isn't accepted by many religions in this day and age, but certainly even, you know, centuries ago, you know, this could have gotten you killed, quite possibly, in the physical, but you know, it might be something where you escaped and you were able to hide your gifts in some way, but you may have even pushed them down quite a lot because you didn't want to be outcasted. But then there was something that was telling you, it was like, I can't go on anymore. I can't be a fraud. I can't wear this mask. I have to just be who I am. I have to transform and just be me and not hold back. Yeah. And I do feel like you found that place, that stability. And I think that you were very rooted and maybe you wanted to travel, but part of you almost wanted to stay where you were more than you actually wanted to travel. Like you love to learn and experience new things, but there's almost a sense of being very hermited. So I don't know, Virgo is definitely coming through very strongly here. So, you know, you may have Virgo South or North Node, especially the South Node, which does represent past lives, but also Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But yeah, there's a sense of just being, I think that you either had a very nice home and you took pride in your home and you enjoyed being at home and in luxuries, as long as you felt comfortable and you felt safe. And I feel like those were the number one things that you wanted. You still wanted to be you, and you could be the most authentic you when you are in your own space at home and when you're alone. And you know, maybe that's where you felt more comfortable and you think, actually, I don't need to be surrounded with people. I'm okay to be on my own because I can be who I really am. And then I feel like you start to break through a little bit and start to think, I can start to share parts of myself with others. I don't have to show everything. I can keep some to myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, keep private whatever you feel comfortable keeping private, and only share what you feel comfortable and what you're okay with others knowing. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through. Trust the timing, trust the wave. You came in one. Time is not running out. So that really does make me think about that impulsive vibe. Again, that feeling of I need to do something, I need to go somewhere, I need to break free, I need to change careers, I need to change relationships. But there is a sense of actually needing to step back a minute and just wait, trust the process and trust the timing. So we have karmic relationships. Oh my God, I read that as onion energy. I really need to put my glasses on when I do this. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Yep, so I do feel that there is someone either in your life or that is going to come into your life that you were connected with in this particular life here, because it's a karmic relationship. There is something, or there is a very strong connection between the two of you. And I think that that's something that you'll always have through every life. You'll come together with this person in some form here. And it's definitely about learning karmic lessons. You'll both learn a lot from each other. And in some lives, you may stay together and work through the issues. In other lives, you may separate. You may only come together for a short time, but you learn and grow so much from that connection. And it helps to put you on the path, you know, that is meant for your highest good. So this is where you need to trust that wave. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything untangled. What's wrong with me today? Anything unaligned must go. Yes. Oh, see, okay, this is strange. I don't, oh, do you know why? Okay, it's this impulsive, like nervous energy that I'm picking up here. It's making me kind of impulsive, and like I was saying earlier, well, in the other reading, I'm very much clairsentient, so I pick up on things and I very much exhibit and feel what's going on. So I'm almost embodying that sort of anxious energy, feeling restless, needing to move all the time. So that it's definitely a sense of slowing down. Let's just slow down. Take a breather. You can move at a slower pace. Everything is going to be okay. It's time to just relax a little bit. It's okay to question things, and this might be what's happening for you. You may be in a place where you are questioning everything, questioning your own existence, questioning the world, questioning society, government, your friends and family. This has been a time of a great questioning, okay? No matter what way you look at it, there are questions that are going unanswered, okay? In this life for you, but also in your past life. So there was something that you wanted to find out, and that may even be what happened. Maybe you found out some information, again, that was kind of shocking or that other people wouldn't understand. So you just moved out of that and you just didn't share what you believed, but you couldn't unsee what you saw. Once you saw it, that was it. There's no going back for you. Okay, but there is just this sense that regardless of finding out the information or waiting for others to recognize what it is that you recognize, you know, timing is great. There was a reason you found out when you were meant to find out, because you were strong enough to handle and process that information. And you were chosen to either share and to help enlighten others to that information. But the other people that don't are either not aware to this, it's not their time yet. There's a strengthening that they need. They clearly need more resilience to be able to handle that information, and maybe not everybody will ever be able to handle that same information that you can. So it's understanding that, and it's okay. You can have, you know, your separate opinions and beliefs, but you can always still find a common ground with people, as long as they want to find a common ground with you as much as you do with them. So just gonna get a love message as well, and then I will look at careers as well. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Oh, that's so nice. So I do feel like that is a message from this karmic partner here. Someone that you've shared something with. I do feel like they're thinking of you right now. So even if you haven't met them in this present life, I feel like wherever they are right now, they've just got this sense that they can feel you. Like something, like either your name will pop up in front of them, they'll see it, or they'll just get these goosebumps up and down their neck. And if they're not that far intuitive or evolved in that sense, they may not attribute it to you. But I mean, look at the way the candle's going. Can you see that? It's going crazy. I'll have to actually watch back this video and see, because I've been so focused on the reading, I'm wondering what the candle's doing. And so, yeah, I just feel like there's a sense that they are almost with you, and you're sinking in your thoughts in some way. So they may have even dreamt of you. Yeah, definitely this energy of them being connected with you in this reading right now. Okay. So last week's just going to look at career. Now, I only made these the other day, and a lot of these, most of these are going to be modern ones, but I'm sure there'll be some ancient interpretation. If not, it'll just be a little bit funny, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, that was too many. But let's see what's this one. Okay, surgeon. Teacher. Fire brigade. I don't know why that keeps coming out at the moment. Health and beauty, and then artist. Okay. So you certainly used a creative side, okay, with whatever you did. And I think with your intuition, maybe you used that within your job. Maybe you became some kind of a reader or a teacher, and you, again, were sharing the wisdom that you had accumulated. Again, with all of this Sagittarian energy, I definitely feel you could have been a professor, or someone that, you know, was a preacher, or someone that a lot of people wanted to hear from. But I almost get the sense that maybe you could have passed on, and your teachings lived on. So the work that you did in that past life, you didn't get the recognition in that life, but afterwards, it's like that's when people really started to believe in what you were saying, okay? Or like the same with art as well. You could have been a famous artist of some kind that wasn't appreciated in his or her own time. Yeah. And that may, again, be how you're feeling in this life. But I'm almost sensing for you, it may be that you are more successful or appreciated later in your life. You may not gain the success that you desire early on. It may just come a little bit later. Okay, and then surgeon and then fire brigade. So I just have to laugh because this one keeps coming out all the time at the moment. So again, could it be putting out figurative or literal fires? But there's a sense of just wanting to help people, again, with this surgeon energy, using your hands, being very focused in what you're doing. You have to have a very steady hand to be a surgeon as well. So I feel, and the same with being an artist too, and I'm sure within health and beauty, depending on what you're doing or the tools you may use, I feel there's definitely a level of concentration, deep concentration and learning that you'll need to do within any of these careers. But there is definitely a sense with helping people and, you know, using your creative and your intuitive gifts within that and wanting to make people feel more beautiful or wanting to create more beauty just within this world. Maybe even a cosmetic surgeon in this life. But again, that could be, you know, cosmetic surgery's been going now probably, 30 to 40 years. So, you know, it still could be potentially a cosmetic surgeon. Certainly someone that is highly educated, I feel. You were highly educated in that life, and I feel you are highly educated, or you're aiming towards higher education in this life. And higher education doesn't necessarily mean a degree or that you've had to go to university or college. It just means that you have expanded your knowledge. I mean, in the age of the internet that we have, we have so much information, a wealth of information at our fingertips, and there's really no excuse to be able to dive in and expand our knowledge, because there's a vast amount of information on almost every subject that, you know, there's almost too much information, so it's hard sometimes. You've got to pick a field and then just go with it. And I feel like that's definitely something that you are doing and you're going to accomplish in this life. You're going to accomplish a lot of knowledge and intelligence. You're going to have a really beautiful life full of abundance and transformation. And yeah, even actually with the surgeon energy, and that makes sense with the Scorpio energy, digging deep into something and doing something that's not quite the ordinary. It just feels like whatever you did was not quite, you didn't follow convention necessarily. I feel you definitely broke away from convention and did something, again, that just your heart spoke to and what you felt passionate about and what you enjoyed, and something that you could definitely be tactile with. All of these jobs are tactile. You have to, you know, they're interchangeable. Things will be changing all the time. You have to be doing something. It's not really sort of stagnant and, you know, standing back. So yeah, you're definitely somebody that fought and took action and used a lot of that yang energy, the masculine energy. But then you use that divine feminine energy when you were being intuitive and in your divination, whether that's in this life or the next. Okay. So let me know down in the comments below if this resonated for you, and if it did, please give the video a thumbs up. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care.